Is it echoing?
No, no echo.
You good? Okay, you ready?
Yes, Judge.
Let's roll, nerds.
All right.
Come on.
First we have Stephen Espinosa.
You're Mao Espinosa?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Espinosa, you're charged with driving while your license is suspended. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. On January 19th, 2025, at approximately 11:41 p.m., an officer observed a vehicle in Harris County, Texas, with expired registration as of December 2023 and expired insurance as of November 2023. A traffic stop was initiated and the officer made contact with the driver, the defendant, and the defendant did not have a driver's license due to outstanding tickets. The defendant had 18 outstanding Class C misdemeanor warrants.
18 warrants?
What I have, Your Honor.
Is it, I'm assuming it's still, have you run it lately? Mine- Mr. Espinosa, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to drive any vehicle whatsoever for any reason until you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. You will be signing an affidavit. This is a promise that you're going to make to me that you're going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care if there's a burning building and you need to save 50 kittens. If you get into a car and drive, every time you do it, it's an offense in and of itself, punishable by up to 6 months in jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
This is the affidavit you're gonna sign. I don't care if you have to work. I don't care if there's a baby being born. I don't care if Jesus needs a ride to church. Do not drive. I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not gonna drive. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, Mr. Espinosa? Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
I hired one.
Judge, Brian Levine signed on this morning.
Yeah.
Oh,
At the Sully attorney this week.
okay. I guess let's do this. I'm gonna have you swear to us you're not gonna drive. I'll get you to Victoria, sign a reset, and then we'll have you take a seat while we wait for your lawyer to get here. Do not leave until he gets here and we have you sign a reset and excuse you. All right? Come on.
Judge, counsel is approaching on page 24. Sosa, come on up.
You say 50,
24.
24.
The 17th, April 17th.
What number of last time?
No, Your Honor.
That it?
I'm on top of
Counsel,
this.
yes, counsel graciously gave it to
Thank you, Your
me.
Honor. Loving the book out this morning.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yes, yes.
All right, Mr. Sosa, you're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
On April 9th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, an officer was dispatched with a call for a suspicious person. The witness stated there was a Hispanic male at the back of the business causing a disturbance. The witness stated that the male was intoxicated and threatened an employee. The officer went to the back and noticed the male arguing with several people. The officer gave several verbal commands for the defendant to stop. The officer told the defendant to be going to be detained for safety. And the defendant continued to walk away and stated, it's always the Hispanic trying to get the Hispanic. The defendant refused all verbal orders given to him, and the officer detained the defendant and identified him by the Texas driver's license. The officer noticed that while obtaining the defendant, the defendant continued to say, why for your broke this stand.
What did he do? How did he interfere with anything? I didn't hear anything. Hispanic on Hispanic injustice or what?
Additionally, Judge, do we know that this was being told to him in Spanish? He's clearly not English.
You losing?
Your Honor, the only thing I have is that the officer observed the defendant continue to walk away. And the
He's
officer-
walking while Hispanic or what? No, I'm gonna find no probable cause. All right, sir. There are people, when they drink, they become very happy. They are the life of the party. And there are people who, when they consume alcohol, they become the devil incarnate. If this is you, it's probably not a good idea to drink. Now, I'm finding no probable cause in your case, but be careful. You know, we have enough violence in this place as it is, all right? Please, take a seat for me.
I have one more, Your Honor.
Okay.
Cameron Newell.
English.
Thanks. You heard that, Mr. Gold?
Yes, sir.
What are we doing with Newell?
So Newell, I evaled the case. There's some significant issues with the case. I explained all of them to the state to make their evaluation easier, and it's a reset for dismissal eval.
Oh. All right, so I'll give you a week. Is there, okay, is there an offer on the case now?
Your Honor.
If you don't mind, please put an offer on. We'll give you a week.
One more reset appearance waived because the next setting is after
No.
the dismissal is going to be an offer, which is likely jail time, and we'll need one setting to determine
No,
what to do.
no, they're gonna put an offer today. It's already 180 days. By then, it's gonna be nearly 200 days. I'm not gonna continue to do this. You're gonna get the offer today. That way you can explain to him, have everything done, come back and let us do it next time.
Yes, sir.
Got it. 1 week must appear.
Wednesday. Next judge is page 16, Murphy.
You were Mr. Murphy Smith.
Yes.
Ma'am, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months, 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay.
On September 29, 2023, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a residence and made contact with the complaining witness. The complaining witness stated that the defendant and her mother took items from her vehicle and would not return them. The complaining witness stated that she had been contacted by a friend informing her of the theft and that the defendant had stated she was going to spend all of the complaining witness's money and max out her credit cards. The complaining witness inspected her vehicle and found her belongings missing. The law enforcement officer spoke to the defendant over the phone. Excuse me, ma'am. And the defendant admitted to take the items and refused to return them when given the opportunity to do so. The approximate value of the items taken was $600.
Ms. Murphy Smith, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness, not to go where they live, and not to go near their car. These are your bond conditions. If you violate these conditions, a warrant for your arrest will be issued. You will go into custody. No more PR bonds. Do you understand, ma'am? Yes?
Yes, sir.
You have the ability to hire a lawyer, ma'am.
No.
We will have you fill out an application. I'll take a look to see whether you qualify. If you do, we'll provide your lawyer today. Deputy Miranda's going to give you an application. I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box and then don't leave until we release you, ma'am. Okay? Please. Can you file all those conditions, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, judge, next is page 19, Ramon. Come on up. 19?
No,
No.
page 19.
Ramon?
Are you Miss Ramon?
Yeah.
Okay. Monstavai? Is the co-defendant on today, Victoria? Is the co-defendant on today as well?
Yes, but not
What's
present.
the,
They were on the jail docket yesterday, so I wanted to put this out.
Oh, did you take a look at Monstavai? She's on deferred. And it looks like that may be at no bond, so, you didn't get her today, Dip? Right?
Well, they
That's-
populated on our bond docket, you know, in the last week.
Oh, and more.
Yeah, yeah, they're on the bond docket.
Yeah, I don't know about it's weird, but it's just been, but.
Okay. Ms. Ramon, you were charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
On April 9th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, an officer was dispatched to a theft at Target. The officer arrived and made contact with loss prevention employees who stated they observed two Hispanic females, later identified as the defendant and co-defendant. They were in the store selecting merchandise and placing items in a shopping cart, specifically concealing some of the items in a baby car seat while one was pushing the cart. While this defendant was adding merchandise to the shopping cart, she removed the price tags from selected items. Meanwhile, the co-defendant walked through the makeup department, selected 3 items, and placed them in the baby car seat, along with other items they had previously chosen. The co-defendant then proceeded to the jewelry department, where she selected a purse, and both females then moved towards the front of the store, approaching the cash registers without making any pay for the items in the car seat, and exited the store. Without attempting to pay for the merchandise in the shopping cart that the co-defendant was pushing. The defendants were positively identified from previous AFI smoke shop photos, and the total value of the items taken was $150.98.
It's Walmart?
Target, Your Honor.
Target. Mr. Ramon, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to go to any Target for any reason. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you do, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail, no more PR bonds for you. I am also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact, hang out with, or be with Ms. Monsivai. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you're hanging out with her, likewise, you will end up in custody. If you don't have anyone to pony up $5,000 to $10,000 to get you out of jail, you will be stuck like Chuck in there until this case is over with. And I'm telling you, it'll take 9 months just to get, certain types of evidence. Do you understand? What do you do with yourself these days?
I stay home, taking care of my mom.
Did you graduate from high school? What are you going to do with the rest of your life, ma'am? If you need something to do, this is not the right way. That conviction will kill you because people know, you need something to do. When people have too much time on their hands, they become self-destructive, man. You need something to do, and now's the time for you to figure out what you're going to do with the rest of your life. You only have so much time. Before you know it, 5 years will pass. If you've done nothing, you're either going to, hanging out with the wrong crowd and be reliant on a man. You need to be strong as a woman. Never rely on a man. Knowledge is power. We're going to work on that. Do you mind appointing her a lawyer? So what we're going to do now is I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. We'll have you take your seat in the jury box. I'm going to find you a lawyer here, and then we'll figure out how we're going to go forward. Don't become a danger to our community. Don't hang around with the wrong people. They're just going to bring you down. You understand, man? Okay, come on.
This way. Go ahead and sign here, Lisa. Next one?
Yeah.
Next one, Judge, is page 21, Roberts. Come on up.
Good morning, Miss Roberts. Over, and over. Now on our fourth. You now stand charged with prostitution. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
On April 9th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, an officer was conducting an undercover investigation and observed the defendant walking on the side of the street. The officer observed that the defendant was exposing part of her breast and made contact with the defendant. The defendant asked the officer if the officer was the police, to which the officer replied he was not, and the defendant gestured and a 100, indicating hunter values. The officer, whose training experience, recognizes to be a tactic used by prostitution workers to mitigate verbal conversations because they're aware of police reporting tactics. The officer then whispered 100, 104. The officer gestured a closed fist, entering and exiting the officer with mouth to indicate oral sex. The defendant then nodded her head up and down to indicate a yes response. Defendant then told the officer to get a room at a nearby hotel. The officer stated the defendant gestured a 2 and 5 to indicate the price of the hotel. The officer left the scene and gave the predetermined bus signal, and the defendant was detained. The officer stated the defendant was positively identified using her FBI.
Okay. I'm gonna find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case, ma'am. Here's what we're going to do. I'm putting a monitor on your ankle now, and I'm forbidding you from going to any street from these cases that you've been on. If I find that you do, I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail, and I'm going to make your bond high. It stops today. Do you understand? The next thing that we're going to do, I will appoint you a lawyer, but it's time for you to get a real job, a 9-to-5 job, one where you actually work, get up, go to work for 8 hours, and then go home. I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks, and I want to see what you have done to fill out a gajillion applications. If nothing gets done, it's not going to go well. Do you understand? But this stops on our 4th, no more. And if I find that you're engaging in any type of way, do you understand? So I'd like to look at all the streets for every single case that we've had here, and then we're going to forbid her from going to any of these streets. I want it to ding and a GPS monitor so that we know she's not going to any of these streets. And we'll go from there. I'm going to have you sign a receipt with Victoria, and then I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box while we work out all the details, man. Please. Ready?
All right, Judge, page 7 and 8, Finley.
Morning, Mr. Finley. Is it Finley? Mr. Finley. You're charged with evading arrest or detention and unlawful carrying of a weapon. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Judge, I'd like to start out by prefacing that the unlawful carry is based on the defendant being under 21 years of age.
Okay.
And then I'll proceed with the.
Yeah.
On April 10, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a disturbance with a weapon call. The 911 caller gave a description of an individual with a gun at an intersection. And law enforcement officers, upon arrival, found a defendant who matched the description in the intersection. The defendant looked at the law enforcement officers, marked the car, and ran from the law enforcement officers. Law enforcement officers then said to the defendant, "Police, stop," and the defendant disregarded the command and kept running. The defendant then ran into an apartment complex and met a dead end, then stopped running and was detained. The defendant.
So they saw the gun on him. They saw him with a gun.
Your Honor, I don't know that they saw him. It's after he was detained, they found the gun in his front right pocket.
What led them to him in the first place?
There was a 911 call. It seems the 911 caller did see the gun.
Okay.
And then the officers were dispatched.
To the description of this dude with a gun.
Yes, Your Honor.
So cops come, he takes off. Okay.
And then he was detained after evading for approximately 100 yards. And then the law enforcement officers searched the defendant and found a pistol in the defendant's front right jacket pocket, a small bag of marijuana in the defendant's front right hand.
Okay. Here's the problem. You're on felony probation. So I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause, Mr. Finley. Let's do this. Do you mind appointing him a lawyer today? And then we'll have him talk to a lawyer. For now, you are not to use alcohol or dope, be in possession of a weapon. You're on felony probation where you're looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. You're supposed to live life as if you have a halo above your head, Finley, because if not, you're looking at up to 10 years prison. You understand? What do you do with yourself these days? Do you work? Go to school?
Before that, I got arrested. I got fired.
What were you doing?
Where I saw,
Okay? It's time to get back to the jobs. You need to get a job, and I am making that a condition of your bond as well. If I find that you're not working, just doing nothing all day, it's not gonna go well for you. I'm going to test you like crazy. If I find that you're using, it's not going to go well. Do you understand? I'm giving you the opportunity now to not use, because I'm telling you, I will test you 45 days from today. And if you continue to use, it's not gonna go well for you. Do you understand?
so.
So back again in 2 weeks to see about a job. And then, so for now, I'll have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box. We'll have you sign bond conditions. You will meet shortly here with pretrial for your bond conditions. All I want are my streets to be safe. You do anything to my streets. You understand me? Come on.
All right, Judge, that was the
Is that it?
last arraignment.
Great. Hi, Lori. What's new?
I'm approaching on Candace Gibbs. She's charged with failed to ID. I was,
Jail?
I was asking for a PR bond.
The only case she has open is the endangering upstairs?
Excuse me?
The only case she has open is the endangering upstairs?
No, she has, fraudulent use of identifying that came out,
Oh, so she's at no bond on those cases?
from my understanding, I can't see, it says that on there, but her attorney asked me to move her up to get her out. I think they gave her a bond on those.
Ms. Gibbs, please. Ms. Gibbs, yeah.
And I will check the out.
No, she's on docket. She's on the jail docket.
That's fine. Thank you so much.
You mind bringing up Ms. Gibbs? Yes.
Counsel for reset?
Joseph, who you got?
Judge, I've got Benny Hernandez.
How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm not too great, but I'm managing. Judge, we can, this case, we could possibly do a plea on it today if we can do it all through the portal, if I can sign the documents through the
Yeah,
portal.
I'm sure we can.
Okay.
Do you know what offer you're gonna take?
The state's offered 15 months of probation.
Okay.
This is second DWI.
Everything can be done through the portal. Do you have your guy's phone number so you can, talk to him
Yes.
outside?
Yes, I do. I believe he's in the courtroom right now.
Benny Hernandez, your lawyer's gonna call you now. Step outside, talk to him about everything, and then when you come back in, we'll get it done. Please. Okay, Joseph, we'll get it written up and put in the portal for you.
Thank you. All right.
Sure thing.
Your question, Dr.
Do you see a bond on the 2 felonies, on the fraud and there's 2 fraudulent cases?
It's the same situation we had on that case a while back, where the warrant's not signed, the magistrate, and their magistrate confirmed that the judge in the family court, review the case, like PC and everything.
So it's not been signed.
They haven't been signed, the PC hasn't been found in felony yet, so the PC has to be, read in the family court, and then they decide whether they want to find PC or no PC.
Okay. But she went to court. I don't know if they just didn't do that.
That's not, this was something.
I'm not sure why it hasn't been.
There like 2 Bs then?
There,
She hasn't
yeah,
signed it.
she's had resets since
Okay, so.
What?
April 8th, 15th, your next court date, 30th.
She just went to court, she got picked up on me.
I don't know why the court hasn't addressed these yet.
Okay, so Ms. Gibbs, the reason I'm bringing you out now is that your lawyer is asking for me to give you a PR bond on your failure to identify oneself. I don't know, you know, I have to look at what's going on in your life to see, should we give you a PR bond? Are you a danger to the community? I
Not
mean,
at all, sir. Not at all. I'm a college graduate. I've got 4 kids I need to take care of. I have a job. I have a vehicle. I have no problem getting to court at all. Like this, the last 2 court dates that I had with my felony, I had a miscarriage and I was in the hospital. And they're aware of that.
everybody tells me it's little bunnies jumping in the woods.
That's the only thing it was. It was, I had a for real miscarriage.
I get it, but you're on bond for a felony endangering a child.
Mhm.
You've picked up 2 fraudulent uses. And now, after those 3 cases, you've now picked up a 4th case of failure to identify oneself. So
They were all in this.
Stop.
Okay.
You have the right to remain silent. I just want to know what's going on
Yes, sir.
to see whether we should give you a PR bond, because this is not a revolving door, you
I
know?
understand that.
Yeah.
I apologize.
So we're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Okay, please.
Thank you. On April 2nd, 2025, the officer was monitoring a neighborhood police radio broadcast. The officer heard a broadcast call for a theft of a department store off of East Sam Houston Parkway in Harris County, Texas. The caller gave a description of the defendant and explained the defendant had just left the store. The officer arrived in the area and found the defendant as she was described by the caller, along with a male individual with the defendant. The officer observed the defendant and the individual enter into a motor vehicle and exit the parking lot. The officer observed the motor vehicle have no front license plate and expired registration. The officer conducted a traffic stop and made contact with the defendant. And the defendant identified themselves as Kathleen O'Brien, date of birth, May 24th, 1982. The defendant stated she did not have any ID card on her person. The officer looked up the defendant by the name and date of birth on the public safety photo, and they did not resemble the defendant. The officer asked for the name and date of birth of the defendant once again, and the defendant gave the same name and date of birth. Due to the photograph not matching, the officer attempted to confirm the defendant's name and date of birth with the mobile FIS. That returned the actual identity of the defendant as Candace Gibbs, date of birth July 16, 1981. Along with a Harris County Sheriff's Office mugshot of the defendant that matched the driver of the vehicle.
So they didn't charge you with a theft?
I don't believe so, Your Honor. Or they did not.
So what's going on with the 2 fraud cases that she has that shows like no bond?
Not sure.
Those cases, Lori?
No, sir. I know that she went to court on the 15th, 14th?
15. Yes,
On
ma'am.
the 15th I received an email from her felony attorney stating that this was the only case that was holding her in, and to see if I could move her up to get her out.
She said something that they weren't filed or they weren't, or something hadn't been done where.
Yeah, she said they weren't filed yet.
They're filed. I guess the judge just hasn't signed it yet.
Your Honor, it looks like there was a plea offer made originally for the endangerment of a child. And that plea offer has been made now on the fraudulent use case. That was just, I believe, discussed between the felony prosecutor and the defense attorney. I believe that may be the intention, Your Honor, on the cases upstairs.
In this case, Lori, in the fraudulent use case, in her clutch, as they pull them over, she has the identifying credit cards, debit cards of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 different items of other people's identifying information. Don't You are on bond for endangering a child. You pick up 2 fraudulent use cases and now allegedly at a store doing whatever with a failure to ID. I'm not gonna sit here and give you yet another PR bond. You know, at some point, we have to say when, and now is that time. Your bond, literally $50 to get you out, right? But I can't sit here and continue to just perpetuate this thing over and over and over. All I want is my community to be safe, you know?
I
Right,
understand that,
so
sir.
I'm gonna find probable
In an
cause.
abusive relationship.
Don't say anything, but gotta understand that, right, just, I'm not gonna give her a PR bond for you, I'm sorry. All right. So ma'am, what we'll do now, your felony cases are set for the 30th of April. We can set you for the day after and we'll go from there. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
That's what we said.
Hey, Hunter.
You're on Destiny Perkins.
Okay,
She's here, President Court Judge. She just sent me the last 2 things I needed for the mitigation because the things she sent me before were wrong. I'll get that in today and then hopefully she gets accepted.
so let's set it off for a week to see if you get accepted or not.
Yep.
And then if she is, then have her come back. We'll send her for a TRAS. If she's not accepted here, so we can take care of it. If there's no decision by next week, I'll waive the appearance.
Okay.
And then we'll get on them to get the decision out.
I'll be bugging them if I haven't heard anything by the next court date. So
If it's not, I'll waive, so it doesn't have to waste your time.
sounds good, Judge.
Okay. Sorry, keep you waiting. Ready? Did you got your guide down?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Is it on docket or no?
It's on record.
It's off docket. Oh, what's the cost of? Good morning, Mr. Cheryl. Good morning. Mr. Cheryl, you're charged with, if I'm remembering correctly, it's terroristic threat, right? Did you get the cause number?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Mr. Cheryl, you're charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We have already done probable cause. I found probable cause to go forward with your case. We set a bond. He's made the bond or no?
Yes, yes, he's.
You've made the bond, okay. So, I am entering in what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection. This is a court order that identifies Ms. Taylor as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Do you understand? They're not currently together now?
No.
Okay, great. So there's just no,
So,
I don't want to talk about the case.
no, it's not. She still like communicates with like my family and my friends. Like I don't even live here, and this event's kind of like my best friend's wedding. I'm going to the wedding, but she's trying to come. So how do I have?
Got to be careful, you know? You're not to have any contact with her, you know?
She's
This court,
Sounds like she's usually, I don't know if she knows there's an
restraining or protection
She
order.
is using, the officer was a personal friend, so that's why.
Okay, well,
So this merely says that you can't go to or near her residence, right, where she lives, where she works. Don't have any contact with her. The problem is that there's a lot of vindictive people in this life, you know. If you go to the same place that she is and you end up bumping into each other and she says something to you, you know, it's a recipe for disaster. So you have to be very careful. If you go to this wedding and she's there, it's like a ticking time bomb. So you need to be just very careful because I don't know, you know, what kind of person she is. If she's that type of person, you got to be very careful because there are a lot of people that will call them and say, hey, this happened when it's just not true. And if it does, they issue the warrant and then it's up to you now. You pick up another charge. So just be careful, you know? All I want is just you not to have any contact with her. Don't be in possession of weapons. As long as you can do that, we're cool. I'm going to waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court here as well. Just stay in touch with counsel and he'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court here. So you don't have to come back and forth every single court date. Just stay in contact and he'll let you know if and when you have to come back.
I appreciate it.
Do you have any questions?
I guess so.
You live in Baltimore, right? Okay. So for now, what I'm gonna do is I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box. I'll get your bond conditions, I'll have you sign it, and after that, you're free to go. Okay? Please. Hi.
My name is Tyrese Mosley. We were set yesterday to inquire.
Oh, I remember, right.
There is a video that exists, Your Honor. There was a subpoena for another video. I'm not sure the relevancy of that video, but there is a video that exists in the portal. So I'm gonna get with.
They're not in compliance with the discovery here, so.
Apparently there's a video still missing that was subpoenaed. I just don't know the relevancy of it. I'd ask that it be excluded if.
I told you I was going to.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, well, whatever that video is.
Hey, come up real quick, please. Blaze, we're talking about, what was the last name again?
Mostly, Tyrese Mosley. So one video that was.
So it's 200 days old, and we had a 10-day discovery hearing last 2 weeks ago because there were still videos that are not in. I'd asked you guys to subpoena the officer to come to court or to have the videos.
There is a video, Judge, but.
Not the one that he's, there's a specifically a different one.
That is a video, but remember I said there was a subpoena video just last month that they subpoenaed that still has not been received.
I don't know.
Here's the thing, I'm looking at the video.
I guess do me a favor, speak with him and just see if you guys can get on the same page and then let me know, okay?
Yes, sir.
Please. Hi, Martin, come on. Yeah.
Searching on Mr. Caballero. Judge, he was approved for PTI yesterday. He's already done the TRAS, so we're just waiting for the contract.
Okay, let's set you off a week.
I'm sorry? Yeah, we need two, because once we get it, he has to get the interlock.
I want to make sure that you get the contract, you know.
Okay.
Hold on a second, let me see, have they not sent out the contract yet?
We just got approved yesterday, Judge, so I think it was just sent this morning. It might just be my fault. You're absolutely right. She showed me that email this morning. It was at 8:08, something like that. We got it.
For a week, just so that we know that you got the contract, but if you have the contract, I'll give you 2 weeks.
Okay, thank you. I totally forgot. Victoria did show me that.
So if he doesn't have it done by the 2 weeks, it's 241 days. I'm bringing him back day for day. Let him know, okay? All right. Tell me.
So, subpoena was sent out for 3 of this year. Videos came back on 26. Now, nothing came in the system until he got back on the docket. We didn't see they came back. Once he came back on the docket, they were shared on February 20.
Okay.
That is correct. So, I know that there were videos.
Are you telling me that's everything that you wanted?
Yes, sir.
That's everything. That's everything we got back today now.
When did we do the 10-day discovery hearing?
It looks like
That was, it's been recent, because I'm not gonna hold them to it if you had the videos already.
The other issue, Your Honor.
I'm not gonna exclude anything.
Right, I mean, here was the other issue, it was a massive amount of issues. So I can see where it took me a little bit with talking about. It could have just been an issue of, hey, we didn't look. Or none of us looked just because it was a lot of videos, we didn't have time to get through them.
So, and I guess that is the district court case.
Have you seen all the videos?
I have seen. the videos,
Okay.
yes.
Do you have an offer on the case?
So I think there's a 3-year TBC offer up in Sanwick.
Oh, he's got a felony.
It's actually, so same.
Same transaction?
I told defense counsel, I know we're not sitting here waiting for felony. I did tell defense counsel that if it does take something on felony, let's do that TBC offer.
Obviously.
Dismiss ours again.
Are you representing him upstairs?
Yes, sir, yeah.
Um,
We set on May 19th on that case, so,
what's the setting on that?
it's probably, it's.
Oh, okay, great. So if we know that that's where you're headed to, that that's what's gonna happen, then we'll give you the same day. Right, I'm not gonna, if you know that that's gonna happen and we have a roadmap of where we're going, then I'm okay with setting it on that same day for you guys to take care of business then. But let them know if it's not done, if they reset you or what, I'm setting it for trial that day. Yeah? Okay, thanks. Hey, bottom of 15, you set it for the same day as a felony? Oh, look who's back. What a ray of sunshine. Plea or trial on the next one. Same day as a felony.
Okay.
Hi, Anna.
Good morning, Judge. Hi, Bruce.
Yeah.
I've got a couple to talk to you about this morning.
You do the easy ones first?
Well, whenever I have to talk to you, Judge, they're never easy.
That's not true.
Fair enough, fair. But these,
I know. Okay.
the first one is gonna be Wilson Keonte. Start with the less difficult.
Okay.
Can we hear PC on this one?
Is it, you say Keonte? Keonte?
Keonte.
Okay, yeah, of course.
On February 6, 2025, law enforcement officer was dispatched to an assault at Provision High School. Law enforcement officer arrived and observed 15 to 20 students fighting each other and struggling with staff members and security guards. Law enforcement officer detained a number of students. After the scene mostly calmed down, the female was struggling and fighting against male students to run out onto the floor and rejoin the fight. The law enforcement officer approached the males and told them to put the female students' hands behind their back. The law enforcement officer got closer to the defendant, turned towards the law enforcement officer, put his arms up to stop the law enforcement officer's progress towards the female and said, no. The law enforcement officer grabbed the defendant's shirt and told him not to interfere or he'd be taken to jail. The defendant replied, I will, and remained in the law enforcement officer's path. The law enforcement officer handcuffed the defendant and ordered him to get on the ground and began pushing the defendant towards the ground and told him to get on the ground again. The defendant remained on his knees, pushing out against being pushed. The law enforcement officer pushed the defendant down towards the wall. The defendant pushed up, causing the law enforcement officer to fall to the ground. The defendant righted herself before continuing to struggle with the defendant to get him to the ground. I believe that's a typo. The law enforcement officer righted themselves.
So there's a fight.
Yes, Your Honor.
The officer is asking him to move, get out of the way, so he can do whatever he needs to get done, and he just refuses to get out of the way.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anna?
So it sounds like the interference is my client doing this.
He's impeding the path of where he's trying to go or what he's trying to do.
Okay.
Right? I mean,
That's what I have, Your Honor.
is there a body cam on this?
It looks like we do have a significant amount of video
You seen the body cam? Does it show that?
I have not watched them all because it's quite a bit, Judge.
Okay.
But
You remember, it's a low burn.
I understand.
Probable cause, and he's, the officer said, hey, move, man, I gotta get this stuff done. And he's like, no, I'm not gonna move, I'm gonna stay here, just, I mean, I get it's just standing there, but,
Okay,
so look at the video. If you see something different, let me know.
okay. The next one I have to talk to you about is Torrance.
Come on, Ms. Torrance.
I've spoken with the state. And so there's kind of a couple of things going on. I'm assuming you want to do the BVR first. I've spoken with the state. We are going to ask for a hearing. I'll let the state speak for themselves because
Your Honor, We do not have any toxicology back. We have blood alcohol report, but that is not the toxicology report.
Well, talking about the bond violation
Bond
report.
violation, I apologize.
It's okay.
I apologize.
I don't think the state is prepared to have the hearing today. But
I've got bond violations. The Scram device has confirmed alcohol consumption violations on 3/15/25 at 1:51 PM, 3/23 at 7:14. Confirmation was received 3/25/25 by the analyst, and it's a third bond violation.
I understand, Judge, but those,
Let her go.
the rules of evidence apply at a bond hearing, and we need somebody with personal knowledge or somehow to get around that hearsay to do the hearing, and I don't think the state's prepared to do that today.
We do not have anyone here to do that today, Your Honor. I apologize.
Hey, who do we need? What Scram analyst do we need to get down here? So we can,
Analyst?
right, so they can testify that what's in the BVR.
Let me get that.
I'm sending her now for a drug and alcohol test right now as well.
I'm going to send her for the test now.
Right now.
Okay. Okay. Have a seat, and then once they put the order in, we'll have you go over there. Okay.
She can have over the 43.
Okay,
It's good.
okay. You go over to 41 San Jacinto? Okay.
And then Anthony, do you see, who do we have that can come?
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
get the
mind?
name and.
Yeah, okay.
You want me to
We'll get it.
I'm
I'm gonna try to get it today.
They'll probably be charged, but.
Okay, who else?
And then, well, so the secondary issue, on Ms. Torrance is we have gotten the alcohol report back. They sent the, blood off to get analyzed for toxicology.
Oh, Lord, did you just send the blood off?
And Judge, if,
No,
Verify when that,
this case is 233 days old and we have violation after violation. I'm not waiting anymore. She's way too much drama for me and I'm ready to set this thing for trial.
Understood, Your
I'm not doing it anymore.
For the courts, I did email a person on that side, just got a response. Toxicology analysis still in process, pending completion, it's likely requires some time before the lab board received.
Did you just send it?
No. We've been sending follow-ups. This was like a last Hail Mary attempt of, do we have it or do we not? They still have it.
Do you have other things to go on regardless?
I think we
You
have.
know?
Spoke with defense counsel, there is, from a proper, there was alcohol in the system.
Well, look, it doesn't matter to me, however you guys want to do it, but to me, way too much drama. I'm setting this case for trial. That's it, you know, because
yeah, and he has laid an offer.
I need to talk to her about the offer. If it's not moving anywhere, I'm
Okay.
setting it today.
Okay,
Way
and-
too much drama.
Just to remind the court, when I was here last time, you gave them 30 days and said if they didn't have the report, that it wasn't coming.
Okay.
I understand the state has to do its job.
So can you take a look and then, you know, take a look and then let's go. But yeah, I'm ready. Hi, Maverick. How are you, man?
Doing good, you?
Sorry to bring you down here.
No, it's good.
Is your client here?
He is. Should we bring him
Come
up?
up.
I did speak to pretrial and they did confirm that they are kind of in the mistake. We didn't not comply. This is because we did come here to court on a Monday, 4/7. And when you were here, you already knew his results. Oh, Bennett.
Okay.
And so you already knew his results and you told him, look, I already know your results. There's no use to test him on Thursday. Because he was on a Monday, Thursday at the time. Let's switch him to once a week. We can't tell him when he would be tested next week, but you know, which day, but sometime next week he'll be tested. So on Thursday, they of course call him and he's like, well, okay, I already was told not to do it. And then he did not go. And so it put him in the system as a BVR, when he was, in his opinion, following directions.
Okay, I'm gonna send him now, I guess.
That's fine. And they even said.
As long as you're clean, I'm happy. I just don't want anything in your system, especially oxy. You know, that's all I want. I'm not asking for much, you know? We'll send him for a test now. Hopefully he's clean. If so, everybody's happy. I won't ding him on this. You know, if he's dirty, I don't know what we're gonna do. So let's do this, because it's gonna take a while and I know how busy you are. Leave me your cell phone.
I'm trying for 3 all day today.
But I can text you, so that way you don't, don't say it.
Okay.
Here. If you write down your cell phone, please, and then I'll text you. All right, just take a seat for me. We're gonna send you here momentarily, Mr. Ben. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. Judge, to clarify, Ms. Torrance, if it's possible, you want to have that bond violation.
If we can, I don't know about the analysts and how soon they can get here,
Procedural messaging to see if they can possibly do it.
ASAP. Hi, come on.
Did I just have one person on docket, parents waived, Masero Barcenas?
Senas.
Yes, his second last name, Judge. First last name, Masero, Macero.
Okay, tell me.
I believe our last court setting, we were offered a decision-making course for dismissal.
Okay.
I sent it to my client. I believe he started. I just haven't received a certificate, but I believe maybe he might have finished. He just hasn't sent it. I was gonna ask if I just get a little time to confirm whether he's finished.
See how old it is. It's 191 days old. He's had since April. I'm
sir.
sorry, since March 4th to get it done. Is he here now?
No, his appearance was waived today, Judge.
We'll set you off a week.
Yes, sir.
Got to be here in a week.
Absolutely.
Tell him if he doesn't get it done, I'm gonna roll him day for day and through.
Excellent. Sounds good. Thank you, Judge.
Finley.
Ms. Reedy.
Good morning, Judge. I'm actually on intake and I'm just here for Mr. Finley.
Last name?
Finley. Ay, Kambamba. How do you say it? I can't find his
I still don't, let's see.
Jalen Finley. It's F-I-N or Finley? Finley.
M is in Mary,
The first name is Jalen.
but the last name?
F-I-N-D.
F, okay.
L-A-Y. Finley.
Is he in jail?
It says it's on bond.
Oh, you got the new case. I see.
That's a new case, yeah.
Gotcha. So he's on felony probation. I've ordered him not to use. I told him I'm gonna test him in around 45 to 50 days.
Okay.
I'm bringing him back in 2 weeks to see what he's done to get a job as well, Miss Reading. So he's not just doing nothing. May 6th to the 8th, Miss Reading.
May 8th is great.
8th, yeah. I hear.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Well, hold on.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
just admonish him in front of you.
Okay.
Anthony, can I talk to him real quick? This is the lawyer that we've appointed to represent you, Ms. Freedy. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with her. If she tells me she can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, you pick up a 4th case, it's not gonna go well for you. Do you understand? Keep my streets safe, okay? Do you have Mr. Finley's, application, so I can get, I'm sorry, Mr. Finley's application, so I can get.
I did.
I had it here. What do you mean?
I want to get the, I want to chat her the cell phone so she has it.
Oh, I can email it to her. I have her email address.
Okay,
I'll go right now.
Victoria's going to email you his cell phone so you have it, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, yes, Ms. Reading, have fun.
Happy Easter.
You too. You ready? Joseph, I'll hit you up next.
All right, Judge.
Stephanie Alcantar,
Okay,
and I submitted a mitigation packet, and the state and I have come to an agreement where they're gonna have 16 hours of community service and then a parenting class.
and what?
And a parenting class.
Got it, okay.
So I was gonna see if we can get, a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we'll give you 2 weeks. Okay.
If we can do it 16 hours, so I,
She here?
yes,
You might bring her up.
yes. Ms. Alcantar?
She's not doing anything in life then, because it's already nearly 200.
She's a single mother and she watches her kids and then also all of her family's, their cousins and relatives' kids as
To
well.
Alcantar, they've given you a great offer where they will dismiss your case if you do 2 things, 16 hours of community service and a parenting class. How long will it take you to get the 16 hours done? Okay, done. The quicker you do it, the better it is for you. The only other thing I'm going to tell you is don't bring your proof on a bar napkin. It's got to be at a legitimate place like the Houston Food Bank or something like this. Don't wait till the day before court to get it done. I would start on it immediately. All right? Okay. All right, guys, have fun. Okay, Joseph, are you ready?
Judge, I haven't received the plea paperwork in the portal yet.
So waiting on you, and I was just getting worked out with the chief, and I'm filing.
You're filing it right now, Joseph.
Okay, thank
There was
you.
a hiccup. Yeah, give me a cue. Hi. Hi.
Lacey Johnson, Mental Health Division Judge. How are you?
Great to see you. What's new?
Just trying to do some more work in misdemeanor. And if you haven't heard, we are supposed to be having full-time misdemeanor mental health prosecutors coming online in the next couple months. So we're very excited about that.
That's exciting.
But in the meantime, we're trying to,
Guys that you have now are great. They're just so understanding and great.
yeah, well, I think there's a lot of things we can do to help in misdemeanor court. And so that's what I'm here to hopefully do today. On Mr. I beg your pardon if I'm butchering his name, El Majzoub.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's correct.
He is on docket today. I can give you a case number if you
See
need
him
it.
in
Yes,
custody?
he's in custody.
Are you handling just mental health? No.
Yes, I'm handling just mental health.
Is that recent?
Lori and I are just handling mental health.
But is that recent or no?
No, since I've been here, I've just been in with mental health.
Okay, what was the cause number?
So his first cause number is 255-6958.
And that's the document that I filed. It was the agreed stipulation of evidence. That's what we filed.
And so I got a notice that she had filed for a motion for competency exam. I took a look at the cases. This gentleman has been through competency restoration services before and has a well-documented mental health history. And so I told her, rather than waiting for an exam, which I feel fairly confident I know the outcome of, I will agree to stipulate that he is incompetent so that we can go ahead and get the services started. So what we're asking you to do today is to sign the stipulation of evidence, sign your regular order that you would for competency restoration services.
Yeah.
And then if you could also enter the order for clinical assessment for outpatient or jail-based competency restoration. So if we can see if either of those options would be appropriate for him.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you,
great.
Judge.
Yeah, just, you mind putting it in the queue? It's on El Mazub. Page 32? Yeah, 31 and 32. Yeah. So everything's been already filed, right? So he just put it in the queue?
So
Sign it?
the two orders are ones that should be in your order database, but I'm happy to confirm that those are the right ones once they've been pulled up for you.
No, I don't.
It's
We
usually,
can take a,
yeah.
I don't usually file it.
No, it's usually should come from the clerks have it in their database.
yeah, that's one of the documents that needs to be signed.
So the order for competency restoration, and I can give you the statute if you need it. And then I can show you the other one, but it's called Order for Clinical Assessment for Outpatient or Jail-Based Competency Restoration.
That one. We'll get it. We'll get it, but it might take a
And I
second.
can show it.
Let's show them.
Okay, as soon as I get it, we'll sign it.
Wonderful. Thank you, Judge.
Yeah. Joseph, are you ready?
Yes, Judge.
Are you ready on, or I guess, just give me a second, Ray's in the middle of something, Joseph, as soon as he's done, then I'll look
All
to
right.
see if you're done. Oh, he's on Zoom. Are you on Zoom or no?
I don't have a motion, need a motion, give me some vision. That's the attorney.
Hey, we need a motion for community supervision, Joseph.
Oh.
It should, look in deeds, look in the portal somewhere.
All right, Judge, thank you.
Forms.
All right.
Hey, Mac. How are you? Happy Friday Eve.
Happy Friday to you as well.
It's new.
Too much. Liberty to Houston to Conroe this afternoon.
Killing it. Yeah. You have someone with them?
No, I did have one on Friday on the docket.
Is it done?
No, sir, they're still waiting on an offense report, but they have basically, I know, Judge, I know, they have everything else but the
How
offense.
do you not have an offense report? It's 125 days old. What the heck?
Just to.
The officer really hasn't done it? This is why all these cases end up at 200 something days.
Oh, there is no line, Your Honor. It's just buried down in the video section. What's still Baytown PD and stuff. Okay, perfect. All right.
Great. So you're done?
I get it.
Yeah, just get reset.
Yes, sir.
Have fun.
Yeah. All right. I'll get that done, write it down. Yeah, this team.
You want to do that, please?
I think I got it ready.
Yeah. I can do that. All right. Have a good weekend, my friend. Judge, have a good weekend.
Good to see you, dude.
Good seeing you too, Judge. Thank you. I will.
Is this charged as a 0.15 or above?
It's just charged as a second.
Second, okay.
And has the attorney decided on when he's gonna go in?
When is he going in, Joseph?
Judge, he indicated to me that he wanted to do May 9th through the 11th.
Say it again?
May 9th to the 11th.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
For sure. All right. You're done with blue light for Sanwick. All right, you're good, you can.
Council for reset?
Mr. Hernandez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 1 year in jail. This is to be probated for 15 months. As part of this agreement, you will do a DWI repeat offender education class. You will do 2 victim impact panels. You will do a TRAS. This is an evaluation to see what other conditions you need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill them. Including substance abuse treatment. No drugs, alcohol, no breath test refusal. If you are pulled over while on this probation and an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it while you're on this probation. 40 hours of community service. Do you have any children, sir? Do you have any children? $100 one-time donation to the Houston Food Bank. Three days in Harris County Jail as a condition to begin May 9th. You are way too young to have 2 DWIs going on your record now. This is a damn shame. And the reason is because you will probably be driving for the next 50 years. The problem is that are you going to remember this in 20 years? Are you going to remember this in 30 years? Look at me. What happens if you pick up another DWI? No. No. Prison. You're looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary if you ever pick up another DWI. And you don't have to be sloppy, falling down drunk for you to get another one. Just the mere smell in and of itself. When they look at you and they look at your record, they're going to make assumptions. If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, somehow I have to get a hold of your attention so that you understand that we mean business, that it's unacceptable for this to continue to happen. I'm now going to hit you with a surcharge of $4,500 that you will be required to pay. And if you don't pay it, every $100 that you owe, you will sit 1 day in jail. Do you understand? We will give you a sufficient amount of time to pay, but if you start clowning, you pick up another case, you consume alcohol. If you pick up another DWI, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. We will have a hearing, and you're looking at an entire year in jail. Do you understand? I hope that you don't pick up a felony, but the problem is that time heals wounds. In 30 years, you will have forgotten about this, but the law never forgets. So you go out on a date, you win the lottery, whatever. You understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You also give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you are stuck with this until you're done, you complete it, or if it gets revoked. You understand? Yes, sir. This is what you want to do. Yes, sir. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? Guilty. I'm going to find you guilty. So the total fine that he will owe is the $4,500. Then how much a court costs?
It'll be the 4,500 plus the 410. So
So
4,910.
you will owe now $4,910. We will give you at least 2 years to pay. If you need more time to pay, we can give it to you. If you have any problems while you're on this probation, you can come back and talk to us. She's an extraordinary person, always willing to help. It's not about, the worst possible thing you can do is just take off. Issues come back, we can always work through anything. I am now required to suspend your license. I'm going to suspend it for 1 year. Do not drive. You understand? You get popped driving, it's not gonna go well for you. You understand? Okay, man, good luck.
Your Honor, one additional,
Yes.
I'm sorry, Judge. One additional thing.
Talk to me.
Mr. Hernandez has had a breathalyzer in his vehicle for the past 7 months. He's been in compliance the whole time. Does he have to keep that in the vehicle?
So I'm suspending his license, Joseph. I'm suspending it for a year. So what we'll do is we'll take it off now, once he gets his portable device. He's got to get the portable device first.
All right.
Okay? You need to understand that every officer in this state knows that you're not allowed to drive unless you have an ignition interlock in your car. You get pulled over and you don't have an interlock in your car, they will arrest you and put you in jail. And then we file a motion to revoke. So don't attempt to drive. Find another way around. Do you understand? I know it's a hardship, but somehow, Mr. Hernandez, we got to get a hold of your attention. Look at the news. Every day someone dies in our county. Hopefully this is the last of it. Good luck. Waive all his fees as far as supervision. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good luck, Mr. Hernandez. Hi.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Joseph.
You're welcome.
Take care, man.
You too.
Okay. Hi.
It seems like I'm playing tag with Ms. Blasa.
What? Oh, do we need Blasa?
Yes. This is for Ramos. His mom is here and she speaks Spanish.
Got it. Oh, yeah, we need Blasa.
Earlier. I know, we're playing tag.
That's okay. I guess we'll just wait.
But I do have someone else, Your Honor.
Just so you're aware, Mr. Ramos has the presumptive negative history. Yes.
Who's your other person?
I have Mr. Butler. He's in custody. He was rolled over from yesterday, Your Honor. This one's Butler.
So what'd you find?
Yes, I spoke to his sister, Dorisha, and she confirmed that she can pick him up once he's released and that he can stay with her for as long as he needs. And keep an eye on him to make sure he stays out of trouble.
Yeah, I'm putting a monitor on him so we know where he is. Okay. Do you mind bringing Mr. Butler out? Yes.
I did request if she can come this morning, but she had to take her kids to school. So she.
So, but it takes time to get out anyways. So it takes, can we do release instructions to a particular person?
Can I do?
How do we do that?
So if they're in jail and we're trying to release them to a certain facility or person,
No, to a person.
we can do that.
We can do, say it again?
Either the state or defense will have to file.
So there's a motion that you can file that he gets released to that person.
Okay.
I don't know how we get it though. I don't know.
I
how
have
we
a
get it.
copy of one.
So that way we can put her
But it
name
was
on
for
it.
a facility, so I need to check.
That's okay. I mean, we can somehow,
We accept those formats, just you'll have to edit it to address the.
put her name on it so we know. Because I'm not gonna hope that they actually, but this way we know that he's actually released to this person. And we got him on so we know where he is all the time.
Oh, I got her. Yes, please. That would be great.
You are so very lucky that she's worked so diligently to find a place for you to go to. Who is it that is willing to take him in? It's sister?
The sister, Dorisha.
Your sister is willing to take you. I don't want you out on the street. This is the only chance that I'm going to give you to do what is right. Go to your sister's house, stay there, and try to find a job if you can. You have to remember, you're in her house, so you have to follow her rules. If she gets upset, if she asks you to do something, be nice, do it. Because if you make her upset, do you think she's going to want to keep you there? If she kicks you out, I'm going to keep you. I don't want you roaming the streets. Do you understand? I will have a monitor on your ankle so I know where you are at all times. And I'm also, so curfew as well, so he's not out in the middle of the night. We are filing an order so that she is the only one that can pick you up and take you back to the house, so you have a place to go to. This is the only chance that you have to do what's right, Mr. Butler. Can you get it done?
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna play games, so if you just take off and start roaming the streets and take off, warrant issues, and I'm not gonna do this again. No more PR bonds for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Can you do this?
Sure.
Okay, great.
Thank
All right,
you.
Stacey.
I'll file it this morning as soon as I'm done.
Sure, thanks.
Thank you. And I'll be back for Mr. Ramos.
Let him know that his curfew of 9 PM to 6 AM.
9 p.m. to 6
And
a.m.
then he's got to stay at the house. Do you think you can work?
No,
Do you think he can work?
Oh, it can work?
Do you think he can work?
So I'm gonna tell about the microphone and then officer social worker.
Ah, wonderful.
And
Yes,
like,
that's a great
you know,
idea.
it's- I think I got it from your report, Your Honor.
Great. No, that's a wonderful idea. Let's have him talk to social workers so we can figure out what's going on in his life to try to get him a job or even an ID if he doesn't have one. Yeah, wonderful. Great. That's awesome. Okay. All right. Hey, of course.
What's going on?
I see you in this big thing, no fast car anymore.
No.
That's what,
I need
that was so surprising because I see you in this.
With the kids and the dog and the luggage and
Wow,
the
that's
activities and everything else.
married life is taking over
Also,
and nothing.
It's one for the expense, so it's an 8,000 pound vehicle.
So you get gas 2 times a week or what?
Oh, no, it's actually, it's got a good range on it, so about once a month, about once a week. Yeah, but.
Is Mr. Jones on for Tuesday or today? I don't remember.
Today.
Okay,
Are we not on today?
I don't remember.
I think reference, yeah. Do we have Jones on today? Is that us up?
He is on today.
He is on today, okay. Yes, he's on. So I guess the question we're getting, what are we doing this?
I don't know, what do you want to do?
Well, he wants to plea, he doesn't want to take, doesn't want probation. And
I can still do probation even if a jury sentences him to jail time.
I don't think
I can.
you can override a jury verdict?
Yeah.
How?
There's case law on it.
All right, I didn't see it because it says a jury, if you choose jury punishment, I've never seen a judge be able to override a jury. Now, I could be wrong. I just couldn't find it. Yeah, all right, thank you. Okay, so is this a copy for me?
If you want it.
No, now this, state.
I, in my heart of hearts, Dustin, know this is the right thing to do.
I understand.
Try to get a hold before something more drastic happens where a hole is dug, where lives are ruined. And this hopefully may be the last ditch effort that we have, where, they.
I'll read the case all later, but, okay, and we'll revisit this. He doesn't want probation judge.
I get it. So you
I
want
mean,
to,
the other issue,
Mr. Herrera?
I understand, I know, I don't disagree with you. That's not the point. I do agree with you. I also have to follow my client's wishes, but I'm saying I
I
don't want
know,
probation.
and I'm not, look, you need to do whatever you want to do, whatever you think is right,
Okay.
but I'm going to do the same thing. And I
Yeah.
think that regardless, I know he doesn't want it. He wants to get out and continue to use, and I'm going to try to,
All right, no.
so you want to set it for next week? So you can take a look?
We're set for trial, but I mean, if I have to file a motion to recuse, I'm sure you're gonna deny that, and they'll probably deny it.
You understand that we still have the ability to, not follow a plea bargain agreement,
Right, but
right?
you have to look this in the full range of punishment, and you're not. You're only considering probation, that's it.
Sure, I'll consider anything.
Well, yeah, but you said you
Sure.
wouldn't, it's a heartbeat.
I would like probation is what I'm telling you. I think probation is appropriate in this type of case.
And then, okay, so you give him probation, he refuses to sign the conditions. Now he's violated probation. So you gotta sentence
I
him.
don't know. We'll cross that road when we get there,
We'll just leave him on. If for some reason we can work it out, we will. If not, we are set for trial in like a week or two.
Totally.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know.
whatever it is. All right, thank you.
Plus, hi. Refresh my memory about what.
This is on, Carlos Ramos. He has a motion to adjudicate in this court on auto theft. And we were here to submit, proof and to talk to mom about taking him to school.
Ramos, come up. And mom.
Okay, cool. Mr. Herrera? I told her about there's something.
And Your Honor, if I may, I did a little bit of research on the school that he's attending. And it's to help, students who are low risk of not graduating. He has been enrolled since October 2024. I do have a copy of his courses, if you would like to take a look at them.
I guess, yeah. My main concern is him, number one, not going to prison. Number two, messing with the wrong person and they shoot him dead. Every other week, you hear of people going after a car. They mess with the wrong person. That person has a gun and they shoot him in the back. It happens all the time. And my fear is that he goes out and picks up a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th case. My feeling is that home confinement is the only way that we can protect the community and at the same time prevent him from picking up any more cases.
Más casos.
He's got 5 open felonies and they're serious, serious cases.
Muy serios.
Nada?
Do you work? No, do you work?
Yes.
What is your work schedule?
Es horario de trabajo. No, pues yo pido permiso por es horario de trabajo. Dentro a las 10. I go in at 10, a las 6 de la tarde. And I get off at 6 p.m.
So you work every day?
¿Vas todos los días? No, descanso un día. I rest one day.
So who's gonna take him to school?
¿Quién lo va a llevar a la escuela? Pues yo ya hablé con el señor del trabajo. I already spoken to the man at my job.
So you're not taking him to school?
Yo lo llevo, yo ya hablé con él. I take him, I already spoke to him. Ya después me voy para el trabajo. And then I'll go to work.
I don't know if I believe that. I mean, I don't. You're telling me you work every day.
Sí, pero yo, como le vuelvo a decir, yo ya hablé, yo. Like I tell you again, I've already spoken. ¿Con quién hablo? Con el patrón de mi trabajo. My boss at my job.
I would only let him go to school if I know that you're taking him. I don't want other people to take him. I don't trust other people to do the right thing. So if I find that other people are taking him, I'm going to put him in jail. I want to make sure that if he's going to school, he's actually going to school and going nowhere else. I'm putting a GPS monitor on him and we are marking the streets that he needs to take to go to school. So if he's not on that exact street and he deviates from it, the GPS will ding and I'm going to bring him back to court and we will have a hearing as to whether I'm going to revoke his bond. His bond is set at 10,004 now. If it gets revoked, it's going to go extremely high with his 5 open felonies and now he's on probation for our case. You were telling me that you're going to take him.
Yes.
What hours did you want?
Entra a las 7, lo más tarde que él tiene que estar en la escuela es a las 8. Okay.
The latest he can go in is at 8 a.m.
Y lo más tarde que él llega a la casa a las 1:20. Por 1:20. Okay.
And he gets at home like at 1:20, so classes from like 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
How many days a week?
¿Qué tantos días? Él va de lunes a viernes. Monday to
I
Friday.
thought you told me it was a 4-hour window that he needed to go to school. Right? The felony says 4 hours.
It's like 1:35 p.m. to 7:25 a.m., something like that. Would be when he needs to be back in the house. Like he cannot go anywhere prior to 7:25 a.m. and he needs to be home by 1:35 p.m. That's why that allows him to walk into classes.
Saturdays and Sundays, you must stay home.
Tiene que
Not to go out.
No puede salir.
I have a monitor, so I know where you are at all times. You ever test positive for anything illegal, your bond, do you understand me? The only thing that you're allowed to do is go to school, and that's it. I don't want you to go to HEB. I don't want you to go to JCPenney. I don't want you to go to GameStop. Do you understand me? Nowhere else. You deviate one iota, it will not go well. We need to know the exact street that you're taking to get to school and get back. Do you understand? Okay. All right, Stacey, that's it. Okay. Mr. Ely, look who it is.
Hi, Mr.
It's been so long.
How are you?
What's up?
So Mr. Portillo Sanchez took a plea on his felony. He's doing 3 years deferred and going to SATIF. And so I did speak with Chief yesterday and he agreed to dismiss it.
Look,
I did the plea up there too because his felony had to go to Brazos, so I just kind of
No,
did it.
I'm happy that he's going to SATIF. That's great.
So I
You on doc today?
he is, they didn't bring him because his felony got rolled from yesterday to today. But, you know, that's set for Tuesday, so I just wanted to let the court
He
know.
pled yet?
Yes, I did the plea. It's done.
You were representing him upstairs?
Well, I didn't, but his felony attorney, Mr. Turnbull, had to go to Brazos County. And so I'm qualified for felonies, and so I just filled in. So I did the plea. Yes. So it's
So
done.
3-year deferred,
Right. And it's going to SATIF as a condition.
He's in custody now?
Yes.
He was in custody because of us, I guess, and but they just.
Right. So he's getting on the waiting list today because we already did the TRAS on 4-2 in here. And so
You sit upstairs? Okay.
I took the
What do you
TRAS
wanna
up
do?
there and I think we're good.
I'm happy.
Assuming that, I know Chief told me he would dismiss yesterday.
Yeah, then
That
let's do
happened.
it.
So
I'm-
I think it's the best
I agree.
thing, except I'm worried he's not a citizen. But
Oh, well, I didn't know about that, but
he's here legally, but
is he a permanent resident? I don't
been
know.
here for probably,
Look at how many, look at his.
I know, I've seen.
And they still,
I don't.
hey, I'm happy.
Okay.
Are you happy?
If he plugged me in, I know.
Yes.
Well,
I
no, but not just the, it's saddened, so he gets treatment, because that's the idea. I bet every single one of these freaking cases are because of one thing.
And I agree, and I think that now he's on the verge of a felony, that's even more of a hammer, that's, he wants to.
I just admonish him,
I
that,
told him that, like, he cannot.
I don't know what court he's in, whether they're,
Great, so you follow us specific, one start was the conviction.
he says he pled, I don't know, I don't.
I did it because his attorney was gone, so I didn't click.
I just, our system, like, waiting for the process.
Okay.
Once we do.
Okay, I think that's good.
Okay, all right, thank you. Yeah.
So it's 2 pleas? Yes, sir. Okay.
Yes.
That's the highest one. So that's.
Right, that's when he'll probably wait like 3 weeks in custody, then they'll send him.
And I think that's through TSC, so.
Yeah.
That's good, that's a good outcome.
Did they dismiss Renteria?
Yes, they did.
You said, I saw the signed it, yes? Okay. Okay. Who we have here?
Yes,
Hey.
Judge. Judge, we're here on docket for Mr. Sanwick.
Mr. Sanwick. Not happy with you. You know, you're on bond for a theft, right?
Yes, sir.
I would put conditions on him. Literally, what is it, the next day you pick up another theft? I don't know. Let's do probable cause on the case. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Please.
Thank you, Judge. On April 14, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a Walmart for a theft call and made contact with a providing witness, a loss prevention officer, who stated he observed the defendant conceal merchandise in their shopping bag and passed all points of sale without paying. The defendant was detained and the merchandise was valued at $265.27.
Okay. Mr. Sanwick, so I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward on your new case. Because you picked up a case while you're on bond, all we did, we asked you to behave yourself. Don't pick up any new cases. I'm now going to revoke your bond on your first case. So on the first case, it's now at 5,002. And then I guess we'll just set you for whatever you want to see what we're going to do.
Yes, sir. So
Tell me.
So now that all that's being said, the state and I have entered into an agreement for Mr. Sanwick to plead guilty to both of these theft cases, Judge, in a plea agreement.
Oh, I mean, that's what you want to do, I have no problem with it.
Yes, sir.
You have to understand, if you get out of here right now and you pick up a third theft case, what happens?
You won't see me again.
If I had one strand of hair, every time someone told me, man, I would have such
Me too. I swear to you, you have my word.
I don't care, your word. Right here. That's where your word means.
I'm sick, Your Honor.
I'm just telling you, what happens if you pick up another one?
I won't.
A third is a felony offense and you're looking at years instead of days. Forewarned is fair warned. I'm happy to do whatever you want to do. If you want to, you absolutely have my blessing. The only problem is you pick up another one, it's a felony offense.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, sir, I do, Your Honor.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. I'm happy to do it. Okay?
So we've signed the plea paperwork,
you read it?
Judge. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I had no idea.
So
Okay. Oops.
12 for 4 and 6 for 2.
Okay, so I didn't realize that we were doing this. Sorry.
No, Judge, I wanted to first bring him in front because he did need to be arraigned, Judge, and then I wanted to bring that matter to you, Judge.
So, Mr. Sanwick, like you have worked out a fast agreement now. You understand that probably not all the evidence is in. You have the opportunity to go through the evidence. Perhaps someone's wrong.
I'm sorry.
Is this what you want to do?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your
You
Honor.
need to understand that by pleading guilty to both of these theft cases, they will go on your record. They're going to be there for the rest of your life. They're even there after you die. So if you run right back to Walmart and then you pick up a pack of gum and put it in your trousers, what happens? Do you know how many cameras they have in Walmart?
I do not.
Do you know that they have facial recognition software so that every time your happy butt walks in there, it's going to directly ping on your face so they know it's you?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to test on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty to these offenses that will go on your record, they'll be there for the rest of your life.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is what you want to do.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you want to plead guilty, not knowing that not all the evidence is in, that something could come in that gets you off?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. How do you plead to both theft cases? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
On both of the theft cases, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. On your first case, it's 6 days in jail with credit for
It's 12 for 4 and 6 for 2.
2 days credit. On your other case, it's 12 days in jail with credit for the 4 days that you've done. You sure you want to do this?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir.
Sure.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Counsel.
Judge.
It's all right.
Yeah, we're looking to be done. Answer this.
Yes, you ready, Joe?
Yes.
Do we have DVD?
So, well, I talked to Gabe. He doesn't want to come down here. He says he's just going to defer to whatever you say. Yes.
You don't care?
I'm sorry?
You don't care?
That's the complaining witness, took a screenshot of the YouTube, put it on blast and sent it to him 5 times on Saturday night. So he doesn't want anything to do with this case.
Oh,
And as I mentioned, these are the two charges. She was actually out on bond for aggravated assault with deadly weapon for stabbing her boyfriend. She also had a prior assault slapping her mom, so she's not an angel. And like I said, my client does have an 11-month-old baby that he co-parents with. He also takes care of his mother. This is a statement from the doctor that he has Alzheimer's, so he takes care of his mother that has Alzheimer's.
you know, my concern though is that, my concern is that did it happen? Did he take advantage of her when she was in a semi-conscious state, you know? There, is it? I mean, I just,
And like I said, Judge, none of this was in the forensic interview. It was like an hour long. She never mentioned any of that stuff that she was mentioning to you.
why would we reward him further?
I'm sorry?
Why would we reward him further?
I don't think it's a reward, Judge. I think it's justice. I mean, case is what, almost 3 years old now? He came to all his trial settings. I mean, he's lost jobs opportunities because of this. He has a bachelor in telecommunications.
Confinement in a house, that's not punishment. You know, I'd sit there and play Fortnite all day. That's like a dream for me, quite frankly.
Right.
I mean, what kind of punishment is that to sit there, you know?
I mean, it's loss of income. He's the sole provider.
I don't know that. I mean, it's just, how do I know that? You could be taking time off. You could take vacation for 10 days, you know? You
stand up,
you know, but it's not really a punishment to just stay at home and get to just hang out.
Plus, we also need to look at it. Granted, it was up there, but it's in front of you as a Class A indecent assault. So, you know, would that merit, if it wasn't a felony, it was just charged as an indecent assault, would it merit 10 days of jail as a condition of a 2-year deferred? We don't even do that for DWIs.
If you want more time, I'm happy to give you more time, you know? I don't know, Joe. I don't know. I don't really. I don't know what is appropriate, what is not. If you need more time, you know,
I'll defer to the court judge. Like I said, I'm just advocating for my client.
I know, and I'll give you more time so he doesn't have to turn himself in tomorrow. But, you know, just sitting at home, that's not punishment. They filed a case. If he really was not guilty, then you go, right? You try the case. And I don't understand why, you know, just.
And we were going to go, that's why we were set for over a year, 7 times, ready to go, ready to go. And then now at the last minute, the state comes back and says, Class A deferred dismissal, no registration, sexual registration. Bingo, who's not going to take that, Judge?
Right.
When you just heard of.
If you want more time, I'll give you more time. I don't know if I'm ready to just, there has to be some, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you want more time, I'm happy to give you more time for him to turn himself in, you know. I don't think staying at home is a punishment. It's not. And I think that we have to balance the interests of everyone involved, you know, really. Your main concern is the job, right? Is that your main concern?
Right, and then, like I said, he helps with the baby and then takes care of his mom as well.
Okay, I'm sure he can find someone else to help take care. So look, what I'll do for you is find out whatever he has vacation, and I'm willing to give him some time, you know, so that he doesn't lose his job. Because I don't want him to lose his job as well.
Do you do weekends?
I don't think, they don't do weekends, do they? They don't allow weekends. They don't have the manpower to do it. When you do it, it has to be straight line. Yeah. I'm willing to give you more time if you want to talk to him and see what's better for his schedule so that we don't, because I don't want him to lose his job, obviously.
Okay.
And, I'll go down to like a week, 7. But there has to be some kind of punishment, really. And because I just don't think that home confinement, that's not punishment. That's a gift. For me, that'd be a gift. I can play Fortnite 24 hours a day, man.
All right, Judge.
Yeah.
Okay, Judge, I'll call him right now. Okay, thank you.
Ms. Reed.
Good morning, Judge. Got Mr. Gonzalez.
Okay.
He's present.
He's from custody, so we're gonna treat it like a PA.
Is he here?
He is, he's present.
Line him up.
Mr. Gonzalez.
Did he just make bond or did they?
I believe yesterday or last night.
And they gave you another PR bond. This is not gonna happen again. I don't care, come hell, how you miss again, I'm gonna make your bond so high. Do you understand me?
Sir.
We're not asking much. The only thing that we're asking you to do is bring your happy butt to court. That's obviously stay out of trouble. All you have to do is come to court. And the next time you fail, do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
You are not allowed to drive. There is an affidavit. The other worst thing you can do in this short life that we have is get into a car and drive without a license and insurance and approval from us. Because if you do, then you're facing a contempt hearing. Do you understand me?
Yes.
We've so much as even given you a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Reed. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you. Okay, so we'll give you a reset. Is there an offer on this case so far? I know it's young, but
There's,
Gonzalez.
There's not, Your Honor.
I'll get with him, Judge.
I'll take it. I know.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys. Rick, you ready?
Yes, Judge, thank you.
Yes,
I have one situation, Judge, where Mr. Rubio is supposed to report to jail tomorrow, but he's asking for another date because his mother is going to have surgery tomorrow. He's going to have surgery on the 21st.
Did he provide you with proof?
Yeah, this is, it's in Spanish, I think you can.
Yeah, I can read it. I'm not-
He's having surgery. He lives with her, he takes care of her. He just wants another reporting date.
What's the?
Let's see. You know what, Judge, I don't have it in front of me. We're just supposed to meet here today.
Joe.
Rubio. Let's see.
No, it's not on docket today, is it?
Sorry?
Not, when was it on docket?
Let me check it real quick, Judge. Yeah. No, what's it?
Yeah, we're not gonna be here, but he's gonna turn, so.
247-2951. That's what I have here, Judge. He's supposed to report on the 18th, which is tomorrow. His wife has surgery scheduled for the 21st. So she's gonna be in the hospital, and he's saying he needs to be available to her. He just wants another date to report. That's basically it, Judge.
How much time was he doing?
I
It's
don't-
30 days, right?
I think so, yeah.
Right, it's 30 days. And when is the surgery?
What's that, Judge?
Surgery is when?
21st. And he says the 22nd, okay?
22nd is fine, Rick?
22nd, is that good? Yeah, he says yes, Judge. He's here. He's here.
Yeah.
That's what he's asking me for.
This has no name on it.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry.
Name on it.
This has no name on it. I don't know whose this is.
All right. I have no more questions about that. Our Majesty.
Mr. Broussard. Hey.
Hey, Judge, how you doing?
Good, man.
Oh, yes.
You got it.
Just a quick approach, Judge. Jose Adolphus, he was on the docket upstairs in 179th, and I think he's on your docket here.
Okay.
I filed a motion that was approved by the 179th. I just want to
Finished, but I'm gonna do the.
I don't even see it. Is it,
This one.
is he in custody?
He was in custody in the 179th.
Is it,
Jose Adolphus, I've got a case number for you. His last name is Adolphus, D-O-L.
oh, it's D.
Yes.
I thought you said Adolphus.
No, Jose is first name, Adolphus, last name. D-O-L-P-H-U-S.
There it is. So you want to get off?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is he, we don't have him here now.
He was in 179, but they sent him back.
Got it. So I don't want to withdraw you so that he looks like he's in jail without a lawyer,
Okay.
especially as long as it is now.
Okay.
So can I give you a cause number? Or it's on the docket today, I'm sorry. Page 30. It's now 12. You know, I don't want to appoint a lawyer at such a late time.
I understand, Judge.
I will, have you filed a motion?
Yes, sir.
So let's put it on for Monday or Tuesday, because we have so many cases on Monday.
I'm with you.
He was filing a motion to withdraw. So the 179th granted his motion upstairs.
Yes.
Put him on for Tuesday. I'll grant it on Tuesday and then we'll appoint him a lawyer early in the morning.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
For sure.
Judge. I can confirm. We can do it as we can, he just has to report like he would have on Friday, but I want to confirm the time you want him to be released on Sunday. Sunday at
I want him to do it 2 or 3 days.
So from
Like
six
if it's-
PM Friday to Sunday PM?
6 p.m. Sunday. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We also have the, George Garcia, we want a verification of ICE custody.
Yeah.
This is what he is, he has she had a court date earlier this week, I believe, and reset to the 15th of May. But they're gonna try to get her out sooner on a bond, because she has an asylum application going on. So they
Okay.
may let her go with a bond there, if that's the case, then she'll come.
Just please let them know that if she does get out,
Yeah.
the next day she's going to be here so we can do conditions.
That's
Okay? So, you want to put it on for May 16th?
Let's do that.
Okay.
And if it, well, we'll just leave it there.
Just
She's out and
stay in
come back.
touch, Len. He's been good about coming. He's here, right?
Yes.
He's been good about coming to court. That shows that he's,
That's correct.
he's with it. And he's, so that's great.
The other guy, he's trying to get his mother to sing it.
Yeah, that shows me.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is there anything else? Are we? Mr. Hughes, come up. Perception is reality. When you look like a thug, people will treat you like a thug. If you speak like a thug, they will treat you like a thug. This is a court, and we expect you to act in a certain way. You don't come in shorts. Please don't do it again. It's a complete sign of disrespect. If it happens again, I'm going to put you out. You understand?
Sir.
I'm going to grant your motion on this one. Be careful what you do with the gun. There are many people who completely destroy their lives by doing something they shouldn't do with the gun. It's sometimes you have but just a nanosecond to make the wrong decision. Don't. Do you understand? Okay? All All right, just give us a second, then we'll get you a copy. Okay, we done?
We're just waiting on that last thing.
Oh, that's right.
Mr. Hughes, come on up. Yeah, I did that.
Think I get.
You just go over. I'll get it done. Yeah. Fast.
Hey, Stacy, what's up with Butler?
What's up? Great to see you.
Me too.
What's new?
Nothing much. I'm chief report 4 now.
Oh, how's it going? How goes it over there?
Good.
Are moves coming?
I think that there's some coming, but very small ones.
Oh, okay, good.
Just like to cover some spots, but it's not gonna be huge from what I'm thinking.
I like our crew, so I don't want to, I like our crew. I don't want to lose anyone.
That's good. Yeah, I don't see that happening, but I'm not that high up.
Right.
You never know. Yeah. It's good to see you.
Judge, I apologize. If I could on, David Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Could you
This
remind
was
me?
no driving without a Texas driver's license and liability insurance.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Thompson.
Sir.
Sir, you are charged with the offense of resisting arrest. So you've got two cases with us. You've got the resisting arrest. You also have a fugitive case where you're wanted out of Mississippi. So what's happening now is you're pleading guilty to the resisting arrest. I don't know if you're on probation, if you're on parole or whatnot, but you need to understand by being on probation or parole, you pleading guilty to this offense can result in further incarceration, having your parole revoked, whatever it may be. Do you understand?
Sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement today. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or turn around, and you understand.
Sir.
The agreement is 18 days in jail, credit for the 6 days that you've done. By this going on your record, you need to understand here in Texas, you are now facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. As far as the other case, it is a felon in possession of a firearm. Has he waived extradition?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, by you waiving extradition and by you now taking care of this, the demanding jurisdiction, Mississippi has 14 days from today to come get you. If they don't come get you, Harris County will release you. But you need to understand that that warrant, if Harris County releases you because they just don't come get you, that warrant will always remain in effect and will always be there until you go back to Mississippi and take care of it. You understand?
Sir.
How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to follow the agreement. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And with that,
It's one of those situations, Judge, where he doesn't have state ID in the system, so he hasn't been apist. So.
how has he not been apist? He's been in jail. I mean, as soon as they get him, they fingerprint and mugshot them, don't they? Every time.
They don't have a state ID number in this frame of this case.
I get it. So they'll probably create it, right?
Hope so?
You tell me they didn't, when they booked him in, they didn't fingerprint and mugshot?
Well, usually we'll get the ID number, we'll.
So as soon as they get that number, then they should
Yeah, so it's gonna be weird.
regardless, he's here for another 14 days.
Okay.
You know, he's not going anywhere.
They should fix it by then.
Oh, I don't know. Who do you need to talk to?
I'll talk to them.
My name is Bennett and I ain't in it. Hey, bye. You too. Take care. Amy, I don't know who you need to get a hold of to make sure that they, you know, let Day know, because we don't want another
Yeah.
fall through the cracks, you know? Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, guys, you want to be sworn?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wait, did you get the Melly on something then? Hey, should I take the lecture off for the swearing in or should I leave it on?
This Friday.
I'm gonna take it off.
This Friday, yeah, it'll work. This Friday.
Hey, Judge, you're gonna swear at those people?
Yeah, right now.
You're gonna say all the bad words?
Turn on Fleischer, right?
You can.
You want to? Or do they have parents watching?
Right.
Judge, do they have parents watching?
Hey, do you guys have anyone that's watching or no?
I just informed my dad and my stepmom that we're about to do it. But I honestly have no qualms. If you want to turn off the stream, that's perfectly fine with me. I don't have a big interest either way.
I'm gonna turn off just in case.
Yeah.